Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and Boston's own Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are roasting each other today in the best of ways, making fun of their most iconic characters. I'm going to play the full clip for you in just 1 second. It's up on YouTube, and it's all part of an Omaze contest. If you guys don't know, Omaze does these amazing contests where you can bid on some huge giveaways, trips, celebrity experiences, and you will get the chance to have a lunch with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in Los Angeles. You'll get to go out there to flown to LA in a 4-star hotel to join in real life Jason Bourne and Batman for an action-packed meal, as it's called. But of course, in promoting this, there's a video I'm going to play in just a second. But even just in this promotional image, Matt Damon could not resist ripping Ben Affleck. And as Ben Affleck's proudly saying, "Eat lunch with Batman," Matt Damon's like, "Well, Robert Pattinson? Sorry, it's not Robert Pattinson." But only these two can pull it off. That's what makes these two so fun. They've been doing this forever. But again, this is all for a good cause. I'll put the link to their Omaze contest in the description here so you can support it if you like. But it's for the Eastern Congo Initiative as well as water.org, two important organizations for these two celebrities. So again, way Omaze, where you enter and then they draw. It's like a lottery, but you enter how many things you get. I've always been fascinated by it. It's a kind of a smart thing because the actors could give one big prize and then you have to bid. The more bids, the more chance you have to win. It's like one of those raffle prizes. So you buy the tickets online digitally. It's a smart way, and all the donations go to benefit the cause the celebrity is passionate about. So bravo to Omaze for figuring this out, because there's always some awesome Omaze story that celebrities want to do. But let's break down the story. Let's watch the clip, and then I got some more to tell you about the state of both Bourne and The Batman, which is kind of an interesting update after you watch this. But let's get right to it.
Hey, I'm Ben Affleck.
I'm Matt Damon.
And we'd like to invite you to come to LA and have lunch with us and hang out.
Basically we'll fly you and a friend to LA and you'll come hang out with us and raise
You gotta spice it up. You gotta make it appealing, right?
Spice it up.
But like right now, no one wants to come have dinner with this guy. Well, let's do another shake and you sell it,
Okay.
push it.
Okay, all right. Hey everybody, it's Matt Damon.
Dude, don't be weak.
You just said push
human
it.
beings don't behave you have to be authentic.
Hi, I'm Matt Damon.
I'm Ben Affleck.
And we would like to invite you and a friend on a very special trip.
To Los Angeles to hang out with us and have lunch and talk about
All kinds of things.
whatever it might be.
Roles that we've played that maybe other people have played too, to winning effect.
Tell them something they're interested in.
Is this
People
what
might be
it's
interested.
like?
Hey, you
When
can come
you-
see Jason Bourne,
when you-
Batman, and
Robert Pattinson's coming?
No, Jeremy Renner will be there.
Jeremy Renner did not play Jason Bourne. He expanded the Bourne universe.
Improved on it.
Pattinson took your job. Okay, we'll fly you and a friend to LA and you'll come hang out with us and raise money for two awesome organizations.
For Eastern Congo Initiative and water.org.
Yes.
And people of all ages are welcome.
Of all ages.
Who use the internet and people who are less familiar with the internet.
With the interweb.
Do you even have Instagram?
I have a private account.
So thank you very much, and we hope to see you soon.
We hope to see you very soon.
I'm not on your Instagram account? I have a fake one too, you're not on that.
You have a fake Instagram?
Finsta, that's what the kids call it. It's
Finsta. It is what some of the kids call
invite-
it. But anyway, as I was saying, I like the insight there. Clearly, they have private Instagrams. I have a private Instagram. A lot of people have private Instagrams because they just want to have family photos to their closest of friends. But you could tell that was a real break. I felt like that was real Matt Damon we saw there. He was like, I have a private one. Oh, what's happening there? Anyway, this was a lot of fun, but I liked the ribs there. And I like the fact that Matt Damon called him out for the Batman, Jeremy, that saying that Robert Pattinson took your part. But I love even Ben had it ready, like, well, Jeremy Renner's coming. And then Matt was ready with it of like, oh no, he expanded the universe. So this was playful. But what's interesting is, first thing I see everybody noticing is, man, Ben Affleck's just looking younger, healthier. I think he's very happy in his relationship with Ana de Armas. They clearly are very in love right now. Good for them, but you can just see how he's just in a better mood. I don't know what's happening. I guess relationships can do that, ups and downs of the relationships and finding people. But good for you, Ben. You look healthy. You look happy. Excited to see that. What is the state of the Batman? The Bourne one's interesting, and I went back and found some actual some trash talking that Matt Damon did about the Bourne movies and Tony Gilroy, who made them. So stay tuned for that. But just for those that obviously don't remember, he is actually was up for the Batman movie, as many of you know. But he said, I had it here, but there it is. His friends, as famously, this quote has been shared. I think the script is good. I also think you'll drink yourself to death if you go through with what you just went through again. Clearly talking about how stressful the Batman v Superman, and Justice League were. So, he clearly seemed like was never going to come back. However, he is coming back. He's coming back for The Flash. And now as Warner Brothers is changing shape and AT&T is taking over and HBO Max wants lots of content, the rumors have been all over the place that he'll come back for more. And now that they're establishing the multiverse in the Flash movie, it's entirely possible. I think, look, could you have a Batman movie happening with Ben Affleck and a Batman movie with happening Robert Pattinson? It's weird. But now that they're going to have a Batman, the Flash movie out, and they're going to have the Batman out, I think anything's possible now. It's proving, right? Anything is possible. So is this the end we'll see of Batman? No, we're going to see him again. And so technically Matt Damon is wrong. We will see more of it. And this is the same one. So Bourne, though, try now to be fair and fact check these two celebrities. The Bourne movies, which I forgot there's 5, because they made the trilogy, and then they made the Bourne Legacy with Jeremy Renner, which, as Matt Damon tried to say, was expanding of the universe, even though it was terrible. I didn't like that one. And then they made Jason Bourne, which I also wasn't a huge fan of. I think the Bourne franchise is taking itself too seriously. They need to take a note out of Tom Cruise's book, find some really big stunts, moments. I don't care about, what is it, I don't even remember, Treadstone. Every time they get bogged down in the politics of the plot of the organizations, I've forgotten. It's also my least favorite part of the Mission Impossible movies. Just, I don't care about the knock list. Do cool stuff and stunts and bring in fun supporting cast and villains. But what's really interesting about this is I didn't realize there's a lot of drama between Matt Damon and Tony Gilroy about this movie. And in fact, Tony Gilroy, who wrote the first Bourne Identity, was the writing on the wall was that Bourne was going to be a massive turkey. Apparently it came out a year late, 4 rounds of reshoots, and it was a hit. But he was so worried that he didn't want to be the sole writer on the movie. So Tony Gilroy, like another writer who helped a little bit. It's unclear who fought the fight, but Gilroy was like, yes, please, I want to share this bullet because it's clearly going to tank my career. It didn't, did the opposite. And then Tony Gilroy came on and did part 2. And then part 3 is when it was really interesting. He says, when they talk about the Bourne Legacy, though, Damon learned about that project on surfing online. It was a surprise, he says, though. He doesn't sound particularly miffed, not yet at least. But he realizes, as he says in this, that he really wanted to have like the franchise do well, but he had nothing to do with that movie. The Bourne Legacy was rough, but he just didn't like the cut. Apparently, he was going to be in it, but they didn't give him enough time, and he didn't want to do it, so he passed on that movie. And then they just sort of surprised him and recast it. But the most interesting bit of tea here was, hold on, I'm gonna make sure. I thought I had it. Here it is. So he wrote because Bourne Supremacy, which was the second one, was also such a hit. He for Bourne Ultimatum, which is part 3, I had to remember which one was which. Gilroy struck a deal to write just one draft of the script, take no notes, do no rewrites, and get paid an exorbitant amount of money. It's really the studio's fault for putting themselves in that position, Damon said. I don't blame Tony for taking a boatload of money and handing in what he handed in. It's just that it was unreadable. This is a career ender. I mean, I could put this thing up on eBay and it would be game over for that dude. It's terrible. It's really embarrassing. He was having a go, basically, and he took his money and left. And it put them all in a bind because they had to figure out how to save that movie, which 2 writers did. And then apparently George Knopfler and Scott Z. Burns helped Paul Greengrass and Damon fix that movie, Bourne Ultimatum. And then when the movie came out, Gilroy tried to get sole credit on that one, and the WGA thankfully said no and gave the other 2 writers who saved the movie credit. That was a little bit of justice, I said. But it's crazy that Tony. I didn't know all this drama with Matt Damon and Tony Gilroy in these Bourne movies, but there you go. And so this was an article from 2011. He since then made Jason Bourne. It's unclear what's next. I know there was like the TV show. It seems like the Bourne Legacy is now not as big as it once was, and the demand for it isn't as huge. Will they try and find a way to do it? Of course. In the world of streaming, I'm sure Matt Damon will find another way to tap that tread stone as often as he can. But what do you guys think of all this? And what did you think of that roasting between Ben Affleck and Matt? I always enjoy it. Tell me your thoughts down below. Leave your comments, subscribe, hit all that stuff, or you can hit me up on social media if you have a story you want me to cover. Thanks so much for watching here. Be sure to subscribe to Popcorn Planet.